Hello guys, come on along, come glue book with me. I am going to work in my state's journal, and what I'm going to do today is I am going to work on a couple of states that I could not get travel guides for. And so what I did was I ran a couple of pages off of the internet. So it's just going to be simple pages. I'm just going to cut them out and glue them on, and we will go from there. So let's see here. I need to see how big this is. Okay, so let's say it is 5 3/4 by 9. 5 3/4 by 9. So let's put this over here. 5 3/4. So this is going to be 8 1/2. How much do I need to take off? Is that 5 3/4 in the middle? Okay, so I need to go about probably about 1/2 inch on each side of that. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that I have to take off, but we're going to start with 1/2 inch. We are going to start with 1/2 inch. Okay, now let's see what this looks like. This is the state of Connecticut. Oh yeah, I might take a good bit off of that. Oops, oops, oops. Let's see. What if I take another 1/2 inch off? Let's try that. Yeah, I have looked and looked and looked online every which way I know how to try to find some brochures. Still needs to come off. That I could get for the state of Connecticut. Let's do it at 1/4 of an inch. And I couldn't find anything that they would send me through the mail. You know, I could look things up online. So what I decided to do is that I would just what did I say this was? 9. Right, this is 11. 1/2 of 11 is 5 1/2. 5 1/2, so that's going to be the middle. right there. So I need to take an inch off. I lost my train of thought. I decided that I would just come on and sorry guys, I can't think and do something too. I decided I'd just run something off on Google. Just look it up on Google and run something off. And so this is the state of Connecticut map, and I ran it off. And I'm just gonna, I've cut it out, and I'm gonna glue it on. And then I have a page of fun facts that I printed out, and I'm going to glue them in also. And then if there's anybody on here that watches my videos that's from Connecticut and has something they would like to send me to put in here, I will do my best to do that. Where is my little spatula? I need my little spatula. There it is. So this one ain't gonna have a whole lot of different pretty things, but at least we have some facts about Connecticut, and it's not just blank. Okay, so over here, our page is 5 3/4 by 9 3/4. Or not quite 3/4, between 1/2 and 3/4. So let's see what we can get here. 5 3/4. Oh, this is hard for me. This is hard. Math is hard. Let's see. Let's do it at 1 inch. So it's 8 1/2. So if I take it 2 inches off, that's 7 1/2. Ooh, still have a bit to go. I'm trying to get it centered, and that's my problem, is trying to get it centered. Alright, let's go with 1/2 inch. Let's see what we can come up with. I'm not good at math, and I ain't gonna worry my head trying to... Oh, that was good. I got it. I got it. So this here, alright, it's 9 and that's 11. So take an inch off of this, off the top, and an inch off the bottom. And that should center it. That should center it. How did I manage that? Oh well, maybe there's subways in Connecticut. Somehow or another I cut it too little. I thought I measured it at 9. Oh, it was 9.5, wasn't it? Or almost 10. Yeah, it was 9.5. And I cut too much off. That's okay. That's okay. I'm sure there's subways in Connecticut. If not, oh well. Maybe we'll introduce them to subways. Alright. I'm going to glue this down. Some of this on this fact sheet I can't read. And I'm putting it upside down. Leave it to me to make a mess. Okay, Connecticut fun facts. I'll read you the ones I can pronounce. There's some of these words I can't pronounce. Noah Webster of West Hartford was the author of Webster's Dictionary, America's first dictionary, published in 1828. It contained 70,000 entries. The one I can't pronounce is about the state is named after the Connecticut River. The Mohegan Indians called in it some name, which means Long River Place, or beside the long tidal river. But I can't pronounce that name. Mary Kies of South Killingly was the first woman to receive a U.S. patent in 1809. She patented a method of weaving straw with silk for making hats. Connecticut is home to the oldest continuously published newspaper in the U.S., the Hartford. I can't read that. Established in 1764. This one was really funny. The world's first telephone book was published in New Haven in 1878. It had only 391 names, but no numbers. No numbers. To control speeders, the first automobile law was passed in Connecticut in 1901. The speed limit was set at 12 miles per hour. There you go. Don't be speeding, guys, in Connecticut now. 12 miles per hour. Okay. So that's all I have for the state of Connecticut. I guess I can print it out. Just write it out, Connecticut, and put it over that tab right there. And that's not a pocket, and that's not a pocket. Okay, so that's all I have on Connecticut. Then we have one more state that I am past that letter, but was trying to find something I could put down for it. I did add to the Hawaii one. I only had this, and the map right there. But But I found these stickers that I had been gifted and forgot I had. And so I laid these stickers, all these other stickers down to go with Hawaii to help fill that in. There's Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, and right here, do you know what state this is? This got to go here. This state is hang on. I'm going to share it with you. Let's see. I need this to be 6. So 8 1/2 is 5 1/4, half of it, right? So 5 1/4. Not sure how to do this. Let's do an inch first. That'd be 8 1/2, be 5 1/2, 6 1/2. Be 6 1/2. Okay, I think that's right. If I take an inch off of each side. Alright, that should be 6 1/2. It is. And what did I say I needed it? I needed it 6. So I need to take a 1/4 off of here. Let's see, which is the best side to do the 1/4 on. Let's do it right here. Take a 1/4 off. And take a 1/4 off this way. And that one looks wider. And it's not even 6. How do I do that? I don't know how I do that. But I do it. Okay, I want to take the top off of this. And the top off of this. Or the bottom off of it. Okay, now I got all these little scraps I need to move out of my way so I can work. Need to move this out of the way. Need to move this out of the way. And this is going to go right here. Well, it fits right. I don't know what I was doing wrong. That fits. Okay. So I'm going to put this one first. Now, what this is the picture of, I don't live in Louisiana now, but I did when I was a kid. From the time I was 2 years old till I was 11. I lived in Kenner, Louisiana. And every summer, Mom and Dad would take us to this city park. And I loved the city park. It was awesome. And these trees right here are part of the city park in New Orleans, Louisiana. I loved these big overhanging trees with the moss hanging off of them. I just loved them as a kid. And this picture here that I'm fixing to put on, that I'm going to put on, I'm from the South, guys. is they have, in the city park, they have a part that they call Storyland. And it's all the different, children's stories and fairy tales and things made into little attractions, little things that they could play on. As a kid, you could play on them. I don't remember what this whale was, what story it represented. It might have been Jonah and the Whale. I don't remember what it represented. Most probably Jonah and the Whale. And it's sitting in a little pool of water, and you got a little path that you can walk inside this whale. I remember this, I guess because I loved it so much. Loved that park. I loved Louisiana, period. Loved living in Louisiana. And, of course, as a kid, I didn't think about, I don't want to move when we moved, but, as a kid, it was a little bit exciting that we was moving out of the state, that we normally lived in. But, I never had as many friends in the state I'm living in now as a kid or as a grown-up as I did in Louisiana. And I moved back to Louisiana. I'll get back to my story in just a minute about City Park. But after I got married, hubby and I moved to Louisiana, not New Orleans, not the New Orleans part of it. We went to another city, Franklin. We moved to Franklin, Louisiana. My husband got a job there. And since that's white, I'm just going to cut at the top of this instead of racking my brain trying to figure it out and not getting it right anyway. So anyway, but back to the city park. I loved going to the city park because they had a lot of things to do. A lot of things. It was the first city park in New Orleans, Louisiana. Was the first time I ever heard of a splash pad. First one I ever seen. And they had one there at City Park. I loved it. Mom and Dad would let us get in it and get wet. And I just loved it. Then they had, like I said, these beautiful areas. You walk down with all these beautiful trees. They had the Storyland that had all these different children's stories fixed up, like I said, like you can go in them and play in them or whatever, however you wanted to do. And loved it. They even have a place, or they did, I don't know if they still have it, but they had rides like for children, a Ferris wheel, and the, what do you call that? If I get anything else from Louisiana, matter of fact, all these little pieces of paper, because I do have, let's see, I can put that in there, right? Or let me see if I can get a bigger piece. I don't have a bigger piece, and I don't want to cut a bigger piece. And since there's no more room, I'll just put them on here, these stickers. But they had kiddie rides, They had like the cup and saucer, the Ferris wheel, a little kiddie roller coaster type thing. Yeah, I can't even remember all of the different little rides they had, but they had all kind of little different rides. I loved that. I just really enjoyed it as a kid. Loved the city park. I even tried to online find where I might could get brochures for the city park. You know, not just a travel guide for Louisiana, but just brochures for the city park. And I clicked on something and put my address and all in. I had to put my email address in too, so I don't know if I'm getting, you know, things through my email or if they're gonna send it, you know, send it by mail. I clicked to send by mail. But if it worked, then I should get a brochure from the city park. But I won't know until it comes in, if it comes in. So, let's see. I think I'm just going to use the one and put it on both sides. I'm just going to put all of these different stickers because they represent different parts of Louisiana. Just going to put it on here. Okay, I'm going to put this right up here. Steamboat. The food. Oh, Louisiana has some good food. Of course, I don't know if I could eat it now, and I tore that. So I'm just going to try to piece it back. This is peppers. I don't know if I could eat it now because it is very spicy food. Very spicy food. And I get heartburn really, really bad. So I don't know if I could eat their food now. Here's another pepper. We're just going to put around on here. Here's some kind of desserts. I don't even know how to say that. What that is there. Put some more peppers up here. Here's crawfish. There we go. Another couple of peppers. Put all the peppers on this side because we're doing this one as the food side, looks like. Put it right there. Then on this side, I will put the pelican, which is their state bird, if I'm not mistaken. And the jazz music. And the flower. All right. Now I'll slide that right in here. We'll have that. There we go. Just like that. Now, facts of Louisiana. New Orleans, Louisiana is the birthplace of jazz. The state bird is the brown pelican. Louisiana is known as the Pelican State. The magnolia is the state flower. John Leonard Rendell invented the binoculars, the binocular microscope, in 1852. One of the most famous jazz musicians, Louis Armstrong, was born in New Orleans on August 4th, 1901. Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, has been celebrated in New Orleans since the 1830s, when the first official parade took place. Bow Bridge is known as the crawfish capital of the world. So there we go, guys. We got the 2 states done that I didn't have brochures for. Now, I wrote right here, City Park Storyland. And this is City Park here, but it's where you walk through City Park. It's not Storyland Park. But that is Louisiana. And then I completed Maine this morning. So this is Maine. Got it done. And so I will be going from there. If I come, well, I have a travels guide, which, okay, there it is. I was thinking I didn't put anything in there, but I did. I tore out 3 or 4 pages from the traveler's guide to slide down in that pocket for Maine. And then we'll be working on whatever state comes after Maine alphabetically. We'll be working on it next time. You can see inside there. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me while I fixed up a couple of more pages in my state's glue book. I hope you were enjoying it. I know I am. And I'm just doing another flip through that. Okay, that's what we did today. I wished I had more things. I wished I had some stickers I could put all around here and make it pretty. Some stickers for Connecticut. But anyway, I am going to let you all go. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.